Hi everyone, have a seat, get cozy. Today we are dissecting the 2018 film Christmas at Pemberley Manor. And as you can probably guess, this is a Hallmark knockoff version of Pride and Prejudice. It's what you get when your mom says you have Pride and Prejudice at home. It is the Team U version of Pride and Prejudice. So get comfortable, I hope you enjoy this recap. It is truly cinema. All right, let me scoot over. We start off this masterpiece with, you guessed it, B-roll of a big city in winter. Now, technically this is supposed to be New York, but honestly, it doesn't matter. Now, I never remember our Hallmark protagonist's name because again, it doesn't matter. So we refer to her as our girl. She's our Hallmark girly, the girly that we're rooting for. We meet our girl at a painfully white office where she is organizing Christmas parties. Yes, that is her job. Imagine affording New York City rent on a Christmas party planning salary. She's talking with her frigid boss in one of my favorite Hallmark tropes, and that is a bad green screen. And I'm warning you now, the dialogue in this film, painful.
You're good about getting people to do things they don't want to do, aren't you?
I've been known to get my way on occasion.
Ugh. It's only been a minute and 24 seconds and I already want to die. We get some exposition from the boss that our girl is coordinating a Christmas party for the first time, where normally she's the one like behind the scenes making the plans. Is she up for it? We're about to find out. We learn the party in question is in a small town in Connecticut that our girl really fought for because she went to college with the mayor or something.
Just know I will be busy with my own events. I don't have time to worry about some small town holiday party.
I've got everything under control.
Good. But if anything goes wrong in Lambton, it will reflect badly on me.
I understand.
I hope so. Your job depends on it.
Merry Christmas to you too.
Yes, the music really is that loud, and yes, it is the same song throughout this entire movie. And while I do call our girl because that's what I always do if you're new here. Hi, my name's Alanna and that's what I do here. But I should just mention, here we do learn her name is Elizabeth Bennett. Yes. Next up, we meet Mr. Darcy. Yes, that is his name. He's some like big business guy and he is with his very new personal assistant, Travis.
It's an honor to be working for you, sir.
You say that now. Wait until I have you working through Christmas.
Oh, it's not a problem. I can video conference with my family to open presents. It's just like being there.
Timing's not ideal, I know, but I have to complete the sale of my late uncle's estate before the first of the year. Otherwise, we might get it done before Christmas.
It's Pemberley Manor, right?
Yes, Lambton, Connecticut.
I saw pictures of Pemberley. Looks like a nice place to celebrate Christmas.
It is. I spent several there as a boy with my aunt and uncle. It was always very nice.
A big Darcy family holiday?
No, my father was usually traveling on business.
What about this Christmas?
I always work for Christmas, Travis. Morning, man.
Okay, wow. A lot to unpack all at once. Businessman Darcy needs to sell his uncle's estate, Pemberley Manor. Yes, that is what it's called. Get over it. And Pemberley Manor is located in that small town in Connecticut that our girl is planning the Christmas party for. Number two, we learn in this little dump that his father was a big businessman who always worked through Christmas, and now Mr. Darcy does the same. He has a weird relationship with Christmas. We love a guy with family trauma. And to top it all off, we get a terrible green screen with the helicopter. And just like that, I'm invested. Moving right along, we get another exposition dump. So many dumps, so little time. We meet the mayor of this Connecticut town. It's like Lambton or Landon, the town's name, not his name. It's something like that and it doesn't matter, but we meet the mayor and his personal assistant, Jane. Seemingly everybody in this movie gets a personal assistant.
You're the mayor of Lambton now. Can't you talk him out of selling Pemberley Manor?
I have known William Darcy since law school. Once he makes up his mind about something, it is virtually impossible to talk him out of it.
Tearing down a place like that to build condos isn't right. I remember when they used to decorate it for Christmas and we'd all go caroling up there. Pemberley Manor is a huge part of Lambton's history.
Jane, it's been empty for years. I mean, there's really nothing we can do about it, okay? Anyway, we gotta focus on this year's Christmas festival. My first one as mayor, and I want this thing to be the biggest and best yet.
Did you catch all that? It was a lot. They're talking about how our girl, who's planning the town's like Christmas party, our girl has organized 4 days worth of activities, and the personal assistant clearly thinks it's too much.
We usually just do one night, a tree lighting and the story.
I know, but I campaigned on making big changes in Lambton. And this is a way to show that I'm actually serious about that.
What? You campaigned on making big changes? So you're spending all of this money on a week-long Christmas festival? Usually when like a mayor or like a political candidate is campaigning on making big changes, you usually think about things like, I don't know, building affordable housing, helping the homeless, restocking the food bank, reduce unnecessary spending. No, he just wants a week-long Christmas party. Love that. One last thing in this exposition dump of a scene, we do learn that the mayor has a crush on our girl from when they went to college. All right, more on that later. In the car, our girl is being driven, which this isn't really clear, but is she being driven from New York City to Connecticut? Whatever. There is another bad green screen like out the window of the car. This movie is the gift that just keeps giving. And it's only been like the first 4 minutes. Finally, our girl arrives in town, Lambton or Landon or whatever the fuck, and she meets the mayor and his assistant, Jane. I guess that driver has to drive back to New York City now. Who's paying for this? Call this film the movie of exposition dumps, because yes, we get another one.
You two met in college? Yeah, in the classic literature section of the campus bookstore. We bonded over our love of British authors. He actually asked me out.
No.
He asked me out by writing a dinner invitation inside the front cover of a copy of Jane Eyre. You two dated. Just once. And then we decided we were better off friends. Right, George?
No, honey, you decided that you were better off friends, but go off. As our girl and the mayor go off to get coffee, Mr. Darcy and his personal assistant, Travis, are also going to get coffee. What are the odds?
I should know this already, but how do you take your coffee?
Black.
Okay, I won't let you down.
Good, because your job depends on this. Travis, that was a joke. Oh, Darcy, just accept the fact that you're lousy at jokes.
It's at this point that I'm like, I kind of love this man. Can I say that? We have had so many recaps where the love interest just sucks so bad. At this point, I'm kind of desperate. I can admit that. Travis, the terrified assistant, runs off to go get coffee, and no, it's not a shop. It's a tiny little stand. What? It's like they couldn't afford to film in a coffee shop. They didn't get permission. So they've set up this tiny little kiosk with a thermos. I literally cannot. And this is not the last time we see this coffee stand either. Anyway, Travis, the terrified assistant, cuts in line and he's trying to explain to our girl that if he doesn't get this coffee right, he's going to be fired because he didn't get the earlier joke, right? And our girl is so annoyed with this concept, like annoyed that a boss would say that she stomps off to Mr. Darcy's car. He explains to her that it was a joke. He wasn't serious, but obviously Travis didn't get it. And she's like, it doesn't matter. You shouldn't joke about that. I know what it's like to have a boss threaten that, you know, some task, your job depends on it and all that stuff. And it's not nice.
I'm merely suggesting that with the holiday spirit upon us, perhaps we could all be a little kinder to our fellow man.
I'm sorry, is this just at Christmas or is this all the time? I'm just wondering if I can ask for a cup of coffee in January if I'm out of luck all year round.
You know what? I think I've proven my point.
To recap, I should be nicer.
Precisely.
Duly noted.
No, I actually love this man. It's decided. Mr. Darcy, 10 out of 10, hell yes, sign me up. Darcy arrives at his dead uncle's estate, Pemberley Manor, and we learn that it's being taken care of by a fake Santa-looking man named Christopher. Yes, we are doing this. One can assume his name is Kris Kringle. Hallmark is doing Pride and Prejudice, but because it is a Hallmark Christmas movie, they also got to get Santa involved as well. Mr. Darcy is annoyed at fake Santa because fake Santa has like decorated the manor for Christmas, And Mr. Darcy's like, what's the point? The sale of the manor is going to be finalized in a couple of days and the new owners are going to tear it down. We also learn that Mr. Darcy hasn't been to the manor since he was a kid, and we get another exposition dump. My God, how many has it been? Like 9? We learn that the uncle left the house to the Darcy Corporation, so like the Darcy business. And the board of directors decided that because the house had been empty for so long, like there was no use for it, they were going to sell it. As you can probably guess, keep that up here. Next, our girl and the mayor are out to dinner, catching up, how are things, like whatever. He's asking about her party planning job, and we learn that she was the most organized person in college.
You were always the most organized person in college. The color-coded binders.
Oh, I still use them. I've always believed that life would be so much easier if you could color code everything. Family, work, love.
Honestly, yeah, I would love that. Let's color code everything. Unironically, I mean that for real. But also, imagine the upcoming investigation into this mayor. He is spending public funds, so many public funds, on hiring this party planning woman from New York City to come all the way and plan like a week-long Christmas festival, and he's only doing it because he's so clearly in love with her. I can't wait for the trial. We cut to a Christmas emergency. Breaking news. A water main has burst in the town square and now the area is ruined. Out of the handful of Hallmark movies we've recapped on this channel, this is the second movie that revolves around a burst water main. I'm not kidding. This is a disaster for Lambton or Landon or whatever, wherever the fuck we are, because the Christmas festival was going to take place in the town square, but now they can't use it because it's ruined because of this burst water main. Oh no, whatever will they do? What about Pemberley Manor, seemingly the only place in this town that works? So they go to the manor to convince the owners to let them use it for the festival, and it's at this point our girl doesn't realize that the man she yelled at in the car is Mr. Darcy, who technically owns the house. We love a mistaken identity.
Aren't you gonna tell her that William Darcy is the same guy she was yelling at in the limo earlier?
What's the fun in that?
George.
Elizabeth, there's probably something you should know about William Darcy.
Don't worry, I'll turn on a charm. It won't be a problem. It's okay, we have a little problem.
Yeah.
Our girl explains what happened. They can't use the town square. Can they use Pemberley Manor? And he says, no, sorry, it's getting sold and they're gonna tear it down. And she's like, what a shame. You should donate it to the community. Like, make it into something that the community can use, like a museum. They're tearing it down to build affordable condos. I feel like that's kind of helpful in a town, you know, more housing, but yeah, sure, a museum sounds nice. Darcy says no, even though the house is not getting torn down until like January 1st, until the new year. He said it's too much of a liability to have like the whole town walking around the grounds. She's upset because apparently there is no other place that they could do this stupid festival. And then later, the pair is walking around like a Christmas tree farm lot thing, and she's complaining, of course. And then she comes up with the idea, what if they contact the company that is buying Pemberley Manor and they ask them for permission? So they're basically like going over Darcy's head. Girly is committed. I'll give her that. But then again, if your whole job is planning Christmas parties, I think you have to be ruthless, otherwise you'll just get replaced by ChatGPT. Back at the manor, fake Santa is playing Christmas music, and Mr. Darcy's like, oh, I love this song, I love Christmas music. Mom used to love Christmas and she'd play music all the time. Get a little bit of family lore, I love it. And then assistant Travis comes in.
Mr. Darcy, I'm sorry to interrupt.
That's okay, Travis. What do you need?
This email just came in for you. It's from the company that's buying Pemberley.
A printed email? What year is it? We get another exposition dump that the company that's going to buy Pemberley Manor received a complaint and they want Mr. Darcy to garner goodwill before they buy the property. How will they ever garner goodwill? Well, perhaps hosting the Christmas festival. And like magic, our girl arrives at the door and she brings Mr. Darcy around the grounds and she's like, here's what we'll have Santa, and here's what we'll do the presents, and here's what we'll read the Christmas story.
Doesn't that sound amazing?
Yes, it does.
So, Mr. Darcy, can we please have the Christmas festival here?
Yes.
I don't understand why you won't save Christmas for an entire... Wait, did you just say yes?
Yes.
We can have the festival here?
At the risk of sounding like a broken record, yes.
Well, I had a whole speech prepared.
And I would love to hear it at some point, but it's awfully chilly outside right now, and so I'm gonna give you my one condition before I head back inside to get warm.
What's that?
Assuming you're the one who logged the vociferous complaint with the company who's buying Pemberley.
I prefer strongly worded, but...
Okay, look, it's one thing to have them on board, but Darcy is more than just my name. It's a brand, and I don't allow my brand to be used for things that I don't personally oversee, so I would appreciate it if you kept my name out of it. Deal?
Deal.
Maybe this will get me on the nice list.
You know, I'm not actually in charge of that, but I'll put in a good word.
I appreciate that, Miss Bennett.
I love this man. Yes, I'm fully invested in Mr. Darcy. I love him. He's very like flirty and romantic and cute. I just think he's great. Our girl is fine. She's not terrible. We've certainly had worse, but she's fine. Next up, we have our girl and the assistant Jane rallying the troops. They have 3 days until the festival begins. One thing that made me laugh is the difference in costume for both of these women. Our girl is like properly bundled up, very Christmassy looking, like it could be the middle of December, and Jane is dressed like it's July, which in all reality, it probably is July. Darcy pops out of the house to offer to help get set up, but then he's like, oh, I have to go back to work.
Wait, where are you going?
I have some work to do.
You just offered to help me. In this state, that's a legally binding contract.
I must have missed that class in law school.
Well, we have a lot to do. We gotta get wrapping paper, decorations, ornaments.
Okay. And I'm legally obligated to help you in what way?
I don't have a car.
Don't have a car. I'm sure one of the volunteers here would be happy to help
It's a
you.
lot of supplies. Like, a lot.
Okay.
In the grand scheme of things, the chemistry here is fine, but I think because we've recapped so many Hallmark movies where the chemistry is non-existent or the two leads look like they actively hated each other, to get this level of chemistry, it's just so exciting. To say we've been desperate would be an understatement. I am so here for this. While poor Darcy has to carry all of their purchases, our girl's talking about how much she loves Christmas, and she accuses Darcy of hating Christmas because he always works through the holidays, right? But we know that there's some like family trauma there. We love a boy who's traumatized. She also mentions that she read some articles about him in preparation for them working together, but she doesn't know like what's true and what's like tabloid rumors and whatever. And so he says, well, if you tell me what you've read, I'll tell you whether it's true or not. Ooh, okay.
You took over your father's company after he passed away, which I'm really sorry about, by the way.
Thank you.
You're a workaholic, and you rarely take a day off.
I don't really like the way that sounds, but yes, most of that is true. Come on, let's get to the good stuff. I'm sure you read all kinds of good stuff about my personal life.
Did you really date 2 models?
Not at the same time.
Back at the manor, they're still getting ready for the festival, but the two assistants meet, Jane and Travis. Oh my God, we have a second plot and there's chemistry? What have we done to deserve this? Do you guys know the game Siblings or Dating? We jump back to more purchases, and our girl asks Mr. Darcy if he would like to be the person that reads the like Christmas Eve story thing as part of the festival, and he says no, he doesn't like public speaking, he gets really nervous. Also, I know I'm not playing you the whole movie, and if you want to watch the whole movie, I think you should. It's really funny, but there is one Christmas song that is played throughout this entire thing. One song. We get it again in this sequence. It's like Hallmark had the budget for one song and that was it.
I don't really like public speaking.
Wait, a man in your profession? I mean, I feel like you'd have to talk in front of people all the time, no?
It's a little bit different. Yeah, there's usually charts and graphs and all kinds of colorful slides for people to focus on other than me, and far fewer children.
Do you not like kids?
No, it's not that. I just, I'm unaccustomed to that.
Well, you realize there's going to be a lot of them around the Christmas tree in your front lawn this year.
Yeah. Seeing as how that will be the only tree in Pemberley this year, I'm fine with it.
Wait, you didn't get a tree for yourself?
A tree for just me? Why would I do that?
Okay, there are so many things wrong with this.
I love this man. I love this man. A+ man. Inside the manor, it's like Christmas has well and truly thrown up everywhere. He compliments her. She compliments him. They look into each other's eyes. Ooh, how romantic. And he drops the bombshell that his mom died when he was very young and his dad would work throughout Christmas. So he, as a small kid, would come to the manor to spend Christmas with his aunt and uncle. And he gives off the vibe of like a sad, lonely man. I could fix that. But he gets kind of like embarrassed about these bombshells that he chose to drop on her. So he kind of like shoos her out the house and he's like, I gotta get back to work. The next day, our girl is complaining to the mayor that Mr. Darcy basically threw her out of his house last night. And she's like, he just totally shut down. Like, did I say something? But it's like, I didn't really see that. Like, it was obviously, he was embarrassed about what he confessed to her, but even still, it was like late at night and he needed her to leave. Like, what's the big deal here? The mayor doesn't want to help the situation because remember, he still has a crush on our girl and he doesn't want our girl to like Mr. Darcy, but he does drop another bombshell that Mr. Darcy does like loads of charity work around town, but he does it all anonymously because he doesn't want the spotlight. Dare I say it? Best Hallmark man so far. That evening, fake Santa pops in to say goodnight, and for some reason, Darcy starts talking about how it was so nice when he was a kid. His aunt and uncle had like a sleigh carriage thing, and they would do carriage rides around the grounds. More on that later. But then he looks out the window, and our girl is still there. She's outside by herself, like a crazy person. Darcy goes outside to see, you know, if she's having some sort of mental health crisis, and they're sort of joking like, oh, you're not the only person to work through the holidays. But he asks her, what does she like to do when she unwinds? Like when she's not working through the night, what does she like to do? And she says,
It's the week before Christmas, so I'd probably be baking Christmas cookies or something. If there was a kitchen out here.
Pemberley has a kitchen.
I can't believe you had all of these ingredients just laying around.
that's good writing. Also, I have bingo cards on my website, talkinghallmark.com. If you are playing bingo along with this movie, make sure to check off Christmas baking.
You have a nice voice.
This man is better than I am. If you start randomly singing in my house, I'm gonna have to ask you to leave. But we get this shot of her decorating the cookies. What the fuck is that? She asks him what he wanted to be when he was a kid, like what he wanted to be when he grew up, and he says it was always assumed that he would take over the Darcy business, so he never thought of anything else.
If you weren't William Darcy, captain of industry, what would you do?
Bake cookies.
Oh my god. The next day, the group gets together and we get some sexual tension and like flirty eyes.
Ladies?
Bye, Jane.
Bye, Travis. Travis is kind of cute.
Is he? I hadn't really noticed.
Really? Saw the way you guys smiled at each other.
It was just a smile. I was being friendly.
Mm-hmm.
You think he smiled at me?
Definitely.
I don't know, we're very different. I'm very organized and he's not.
You know what they say, opposites attract.
Is that what's going on with you and Mr. Darcy?
No, he's not just opposite, he's like a different species.
Mm-hmm. A very handsome one.
Well, there's nothing going on with me and Mr. Darcy.
Well, there's nothing going on between me and Travis.
Okay then. I'm glad we got that settled.
Me too.
Okay, so when I first watched this movie years ago, this is one of the first few Hallmark movies that I ever saw. And I was really harsh on it because, yeah, it is a bad movie. But now that I've seen so many Hallmarks, I've realized the error of my ways. This one's actually pretty decent. Back at the manor, our girl is singing again.
Above thy deep and dreamless, the silent stars come. Oh, sorry, Christopher.
You have a beautiful voice. You should do it more often.
Well, I love to sing, but there's not a lot of time for that these days.
Well, maybe the opportunity will arise for you to do it again. Things we love are never far away.
Okay, cryptic Santa, but real take, she gives off the vibe of like a girl in high school that took singing lessons after school and never shut up about it. Darcy pops over and in the nicest way possible tells her to calm down. Normally we don't like that, but he does it in a nice way because she is so stressed out about the event starting that night. And he says, "Let me show you something." Okay, I'm listening. I'm sat. But no, unfortunately, it is not sex related. He brings her to like this shed and shows her the family sleigh. Remember a couple of scenes ago, he was talking to fake Santa about doing these like carriage rides? Well, here it is. He wants to offer the sleigh to the festival so they can do these carriage rides, but he says it needs to be cleaned up and painted. Like, bro, don't you know the festival's starting in a couple of hours and you've been sitting on this the whole time and our girl is already stressed out? It's not the greatest move. You know, it's a little bit of a red flag, but because he's so wonderful, we will disregard this and we will ignore it. While they're cleaning up and painting the carriage, they're kind of like reminiscing about old relationships, how they ended, how they went badly. But our girl does mention that she's still like looking for true love. She's still looking for the right person.
You're gonna think it's ridiculous, but one of my nieces didn't want to write a letter to Santa this year, so I wrote one to convince her it was worth doing.
What did you wish for?
Okay, you promise not to laugh?
I promise.
I asked for true love.
Why would I laugh at that?
Well, hopefully my niece has more luck with her wish than I did with mine.
It's 4 days left until Christmas, so you never know.
Well, damn.
Hey, thank you for this. This was a really good idea.
Oh, that was abrupt. I love when they do this. It's like they don't know how to end the scene, so they just fade to black. It's finally dark out and it's time to light the tree. So our girl comes inside to get Mr. Darcy to come out and watch the tree lighting, but he says, no, like, I'll just stay inside. I'll watch from inside. I don't want to cause a scene because he's like a little bit of a celebrity and I guess people don't see him that often, so he doesn't want people to look at him. But he says she's done a wonderful job. They look into each other's eyes. How romantic. But it's assistants Jane and Travis who show him how it's done.
Hi, Jane.
Hi, Travis. I have a great spot figured out to watch the tree lighting. Would you want to watch with me?
Sure.
Are you sure you don't want to come outside?
Yeah, I'm sure.
We get exposition that more people than ever have turned up to this Christmas festival because so many of them want to see Pemberley Manor before it's sold and like before they tear it down. But then when we go outside to see the mayor's speech, there's like 15 people. Big rip. Fake Santa convinces Mr. Darcy to go outside, be part of the Christmas spirit. Like, who cares really? Do you know what I mean? Who cares? But we need him to go outside because he sees our girl and they like weirdly shake hands, which is also weird, but we need that to happen because then suddenly the press takes their photo. Oh no! Because the next day in New York City, the scary boss sees the photo on the front page of the newspaper. Pause. Imagine for a moment that a New York City newspaper would run a front page story about a Christmas party in Connecticut. Make it make sense. But we need another conflict now that our girl and Mr. Darcy like each other. Now that they're friends, we need something else. So buckle up. Back at the manor, our girl apologizes to Mr. Darcy for getting his photo in the newspaper. She said, like, I know you said that you didn't want to cause a scene, you didn't want to be seen, you wanted to be private, and now I've done something that's gotten you in the newspaper, and like, I'm really sorry about it. And he just like accepts her apology. This is like largely meaningless. But we need to pad out the running time. The real emergency is the guy that was going to play Santa for the festival has canceled. Oh no, whatever will we do?
What are we gonna do? We have a line of kids waiting out there to talk to Santa.
Well, we're just gonna have to find a new one. If only there was someone around here who looks like Santa Claus.
Me? You think I look like Santa?
Kinda.
I don't see it.
Christopher, you're just a couple reindeer shy from being Santa Claus. Please, will you do this for us?
I'd be delighted.
Yes.
What about a costume?
I probably have some things that will work.
What about an elf helper?
Me?
Hello, young lady.
I actually love this. Next, we get the boys talking, and the mayor talks about how he went to college with our girl and he asked her out, but it didn't really go anywhere, but he still has a crush on her and he wants to try again. It's actually kind of a sweet, like, bromance, men talking about their feelings. Love it. But it's important because in the next scene, Darcy and our girl are shopping again, even though the stores are clearly closed because it's nighttime. But it's here that she mentions how nice the mayor has been and like how great the mayor is and blah, blah, blah. And Darcy starts to think that our girl likes the mayor back. Okay, so we're getting this like little love triangle situation happening. Because at this point, we still have about a half an hour left. We gotta pad it out. All right, we gotta pad this bitch out. Back at her hotel after her nighttime shopping with Mr. Darcy, our girl realizes she's got loads of missed calls from her scary boss. And then surprise, the boss is there. And you might be thinking, what possibly could this woman be upset about? And the answer is Darcy Industries, like the corporation, the Darcy Corporation, is massive. And our girl should never be coordinating a party for them. It's like too big, it's too important, and the boss woman should be in charge.
Your picture is in the paper as Darcy's event planner.
That was a mistake.
Oh, I'll say. Do you know what that picture makes me look like?
Smart for hiring such capable people.
It makes me look irrelevant. Someone who works for me is planning an event for one of the world's richest, most powerful men, and I'm not even mentioned. I should be the face of this.
Caroline, I'm really sorry.
The scary boss lady says, like, order some room service coffee. We're gonna be up all night trying to salvage this festival, even though everything is planned and it's all going fine. This conflict literally makes no sense. The next morning, the crazy boss woman is like walking around the festival and she's like dictating how things should be changed. Basically, she's a huge bitch. But the cuter scene afterwards is our girl goes inside to find Mr. Darcy and he's wrapping presents horribly.
What are you doing?
Wrapping the kids' Christmas gifts.
Are you angry at the gifts?
I've just never done something like this by myself, but there's nothing wrong with the way these gifts are wrapped. Provided my intention was to frighten the children.
I genuinely love this man, even though the bar is very low. The bar is basically on the ground. She explains that her boss is here and the boss is going to take control of like organizing the party.
So she's gonna be taking the lead for the rest of the event. She's outside making changes and talking to George right now, and then I'll introduce you to her.
But you've been doing a great job.
Oh, thank you for saying that. I mean, I'll still be here. I just will be a little bit more behind the scenes where I belong.
I don't think you belong behind the scenes. I think you belong out front. I'd be happy to tell her that. Perhaps I should knock on her car window and remind her about being kind to the people who work for her.
Yes, love you, Darcy. The boss pops in and then they leave and they go off to talk, but we don't get to see it. There's no time. Next, however, we see Darcy ask our girl to go on the carriage ride and the boss is really annoyed that she's not included. Imagine being this insecure. Honestly, actually, yeah, I can't get it. They, of course, have like this cute little moment in the carriage. And Mr. Darcy even says like, well, maybe I'll take the day off for the Christmas Eve party. And then she says stuff like, why even sell the house? You should go against the board. And he says, oh, my father would never have done that. And she says, well, you're not your father. And they look into each other's eyes. And then nothing happens. They end the carriage ride back at the manor and the boss gets in. She wants to give it a go, but she wants Mr. Darcy to join her. And he very clearly says that he doesn't really want to, but she forces him to go with her. What an ick. Remember all those scenes where our girl kept singing even though nobody asked her to, but she says like, oh, I love to sing, but I could never sing in front of a crowd. Well, surprise, surprise, the singer for the festival, I don't know why they have a singer, but the singer for the festival has canceled Whatever will they do?
Oh, holy night, stars are brightly shining. It is the night of our dear Savior's birth.
Could they not afford a band? They just got one person singing. Also, look how bored this kid is. I feel you, buddy. While she's singing, the mayor confesses to Mr. Darcy that yes, he is gonna ask her out again. He is gonna try because he's got feelings for her, and Mr. Darcy encourages him. After the concert, the boss tells our girl that she needs to take a step back. Imagine being so insecure, like you are the head owner, CEO of this massive business, and you're so insecure that it has to be you to plan this small town Christmas festival. Insane behavior. She also tells our girl that you don't need to stick around for the Christmas Eve day activities. Like if you want to leave now, you can start your holidays earlier. And afterwards, she's commiserating with the mayor and she's like apologizing for all the drama that she's caused.
I'm really sorry I let you down, George.
Didn't.
So does that mean we're still friends?
Friends. Always.
Good.
Yes, we love a miscommunication, and we have 12 minutes left, right on time. Back at the manor, Darcy is so sad over this very minimal miscommunications that he decides to sign the sale paperwork immediately. And he tells Travis, pack your bags, we're leaving immediately, we're not sticking around for the Christmas Eve party activities. Then guess what? Yep, we get another exposition dump, because of course we do. Merry Christmas. It's the final day of the Christmas festival, which is Santa handing out gifts to the kids and somebody reads like a Christmas story. I think it's supposed to be the night before Christmas, but honestly, I wasn't paying attention. But instead, everybody is packing up because the sale went through early because Darcy signed those papers early and the new owners don't want everyone on the property because of liability or whatever. Liability has been used as an excuse throughout this movie because I don't think the writers know what that means. But basically, everybody's got to get out and Darcy is gone. Darcy left early. Our girl thinks Darcy is mean, he's all about business. He doesn't care about Christmas. And in true friend-zoned fashion, the mayor tells her, I think Darcy cares about you, I think you care about Darcy, and you should go after him. Meanwhile, just as they're about to board a helicopter to get out of town, Travis, the assistant Travis, gets a call from the assistant Jane, and they conspire to save Christmas. Back at Pemberley, we get some god-awful fake snow, and the whole town arrives to reset up the festival, and we get the same fucking song again, I Want to Die.
Caroline, look, I know that you said that I belong behind the scenes, but this festival is more important than the both of us. It's about making sure that this entire town experiences the joy of Christmas, and I can make that happen. As long as you'll let me.
What can I do to help?
Travis drops some truths on Mr. Darcy about how our girl loves him and he should go after her, and that's all it takes to persuade Mr. Darcy to forget the helicopter and go back to town. Very easily persuaded. I love it. But oh no, Darcy and Travis get stuck in some snow. There's no cell service. Whatever are they going to do? Probably gonna die. Just kidding. Fake/real Santa shows up.
Come to give you a lift back to Pemberley.
Did you drive your car out here?
Something like that. You'll see. You know, I thought it was all set up. Elizabeth wrote her Christmas letter looking for true love. The two of you should have been able to figure that out on your own. Here I am, it's Christmas Eve, needing to drop everything to make sure that you understand that Christmas is not just sitting in a big house watching the festivities through the window, and that she gets her Christmas wish.
What are you talking about?
What? Are they just gonna walk the whole way? Yeah, actually. They just walk the whole way. Back at the manor, we have a new emergency. Yes, another one. Who is planning this party? They're not doing a great job. The original Santa canceled and Chris had to take their place. Then that singer person canceled and our girl took their place. Now, the famous news anchor that was going to read the Christmas story has canceled. Who will ever take their place? Darcy, obviously. A literal child could have written this. Darcy reads the Christmas book and everyone stands around in the fake snow. We do also see Travis drive in somehow, so we know he hasn't died out in the snow. While real/fake Santa hands out presents, we finally get our end of movie kiss. Let's go!
I thought you didn't like speaking in public.
I had to make sure I make it onto the nice list.
I think you did.
Alright guys, what did you think of this one? Leave a comment down below. As with all my Hallmark recaps, we have 3 categories: chemistry, plot, and overall enjoyment. Now for chemistry, you know what? I'm gonna give this a 5 out of 5. I'm feeling excited. I love Mr. Darcy. Our girl is fine, like she's decent. But Mr. Darcy, yeah, 5 out of 5, hell yeah. For plot, stupid, reused. I feel like we've seen this one loads of times. Let's just say 3 out of 5. And for overall enjoyment, I am going to say 4 out of 5. There's some really funny moments in this. There's some really weird choices. Overall, it's actually pretty fun. It's not too crazy to get a 5 out of 5. It's gotta be real crazy to get 5 out of 5. But it's fun. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you have a Hallmark movie or maybe even a TV movie that you'd like me to recap, please leave a comment down below. If you want to watch something else, definitely check out this one, the most insane wedding Hallmark movie I've ever seen. But as always, thank you guys so much for watching, and until next time, bye!